Pleasure, Councilman. Councilman Calvin.
Your Honor, if I could at this time, I'd like to make a motion that we waive the reading of the minutes as all members have copies, and copies are on file in the clerk's office.
Is there any objection to waiving the reading of the minutes? Seeing no objections, then we'll move to the underlying motion. What's your pleasure, Council, on item 24? Ms. Teichels.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to receive the report and approve the recommendations of the Committee of the Whole.
Second.
Made and seconded by Councilman Visconti. Discussion under item 24. We're going to start this way and kind of work our way down. So we've got a deference. I'm going to go to Mr. Sadi and then I'll go to Mr. Levy next. Mr. Sadi.
Thank you, Your Honor. As we waive the reading of the minutes, which I understand, I just wanted to highlight one thing in particular that differs from the original ordinance as proposed in the Committee of the Whole. For the indulgence of the public, know that we did add an amendment to this, specifically subsection G, which I believe clarified the ordinance in as much as it addressed debris that interferes with the travel upon the public roads, sidewalks, also with the maintenance of those things. So even if an object doesn't interfere with the travel, it interferes with the maintenance, such as drainage on those, that would be a violation of the ordinance, without this addressing, a minor amount of snow that may have inadvertently fallen or a few leaves here and there. And I think that this amendment, approved, I think, unanimously by the Committee of the Whole, addressed a lot of the concerns that we had. But I did have a question through the chair to the Director of Public Works, an issue of delegation of authority to issue citations. Now, we've passed a lot of ordinances where we have a primary citation authority, but then we allow that citation authority to delegate that power. Now, it might seem trivial to some, but it can be a power that could potentially become, I don't want to say that anyone would abuse it, but we want to make sure who, for the purpose of legislative intent, you as a director would delegate, and not by name, but by position that they're in. So through the chair, if you could explain how the citation authority, the violation citations would be issued, if not by you.
Sure. Most likely it's going to be our sidewalk inspector. Our sidewalk inspector currently has those powers. If you don't clean your sidewalks 4 hours after a snowstorm has ceased, he can fine you. So he has those powers. He also knows how to deal with the public. He has the training, he has the expertise. So it would be either the sidewalk inspector or a high-level person within my organization, such as a superintendent or a foreman.
If I may follow.
Sure, please follow.
And just for clarification, a foreman, are there different districts for plowing within the city or zones that there are multiple forepersons that would be in charge of those as one foreman?
There's 3 foremans. One is a general foreman, and then there's 2 foremans below them. So it would be 1 of the 3. They pretty much do a citywide tag team management of snow removal.
I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a situation where we had, a dozen different people that this could be delegated to, but a narrower group of people that are at least well educated on this issue and know the ordinance.
That's correct. And should this pass, I will make it my personal agenda to educate them based on the pain that I've had to put this thing through, to make sure that they don't violate any of your intentions tonight, should you approve it.
And I'd let you do the pledge tonight.
Thank you.
It's enough out of it.
Thank you, Mr. Adirola.
Mr. Sadi, any further comments?
Not at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Levy.
Thank you, Your Honor. I had my questions originally on this ordinance as well, and it had to do with who the citations were to be given to, and that is the property owners. And it was explained to me the difficulty in at times finding exactly who the plow operators are, so that the property owners would be actually somewhat of the policing force over their own, the people they contract to. The other area of concern was the policing powers, and you would hope that you really, in very limited cases, have to use this power, and that you adhere to the warning system that's in place currently, so that people that do violate the common courtesies are warned about it, and we go through that as well. With all of that said, and all of the concern that the council has expressed, and the court of blood that you gave on it, I'm going to support this, and hopefully it will improve public safety, and that it will be used in a manner in which the intent was, and that was to go after those commercial locations that are sometimes don't use good discretion, and property owners can work it out, and that hopefully we won't have 3 feet of snow to deal with. Thank you very much.
The best answer is that it won't snow. Good point, Mr. Lee. Mr. Riley.
Thank you, Your Honor. I too, after taking a look at the Amendment G, I think that was a major point helping me to change my mind. But of course, I have to admit also that Mr. Iderol, I have my respect for him and him putting himself on the block, so to speak, and back up the issue, which I know he would do. Therefore, I'm very happy to go along with this ordinance too. So thank you very much, and thank you, Mr. Iderol, for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Riley. Any further discussion? Seeing none, then I'll try your minds. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. Motion carries unanimously.